All right, welcome to this week's Ogden Avalanche Weekly Update. Hanging out here with Anders, hanging out in Bozeman. Like, you found snow, dude.
I did. I found a little bit of snow, a little bit of cold snow today, even some boot
Good.
powder, and yeah, blue skies, and hard to complain. Good time.
Well, I hope we have some coming soon. At least it's in the forecast. But what are we looking at out there right now as far as conditions here in the Ogden Mountains?
Yeah, so I was skiing around yesterday up at Snow Basin. That's where I work. So, got a good look at some mid-elevation stuff. Like I'm sure you can imagine if you've been to Snow Basin this winter. We've kind of got our slope of hope, but then I also was able to get up into some upper elevations and poke around on some polar slopes. My assessment is that we've got that really early season snow still sitting on the ground, advanced facets, capped with a crust. Over that is some kind of more rounding facets. I think pretty much to the top of our peaks, that layer was pretty saturated, whether it be from melting, from these heat cycles we've been going through, or from some of our rain cycles. Over that, there's another crust layer, and then on top of that, there was finally some storm snow this week. So maybe 4 to 6 inches of storm snow in non-wind affected areas. My analysis of the hazard because of that is, we've got this super poor structure and the weak layers are definitely there, but I think our pack is lacking some cohesion above these weak layers and some elasticity and then therefore tension. So in my mind, there's not a huge hazard of slab avalanches. And from what I can tell, that's kind of what the UIC is forecasting as well. We've got a risk of dry loose avalanches and then wet loose avalanches with the coming heat. However, that new snow, the last couple weeks we've had this old rotten snow covered in a stout melt freeze crust, and the winds were blowing, but not that much was moving around. Now we've got that 4 to 6 inches of storm snow on top, and that's fairly low density, fairly fluffy, nice snow, which is great for skiing, and it's also great for blowing around in the wind. So bigger wind events, the hazard in my mind is going to be on leeward slopes that may be cross-loaded, and any type of wind slab or future storm slabs that are going to be sitting on top of those weak layers that we know we have, right?
So layers, we got layers. So the forecast looks like we'll be getting some snow, some precip over the weekend. What's that looking like?
Yeah, so we're sitting in high pressure right now. Um, my assessment is that Wednesday night we're going to start kind of trending into more unsettled patterns of weather, and that'll continue through the weekend. So the temperatures are also rising a little bit, so that could mean I'm going to call it a wintry mix, depending on elevations. Try not to say the R word, but I think that could be a possibility as well going into the weekend.
Wintry mix. I like that.
Yeah, I think we could get snow up high and
Yeah.
hopefully snow across the board. But realistically, I think it's going to be a repeat of this pattern that we've been seeing of just a little bit too warm for good powder snow to be falling.
Interesting. Okay. Thanks, Anders. Anything else you want to add?
That's kind of what I got. Be safe out there. Keep doing your snow dances, and
Yeah.
it's a long winter. I've been struggling a lot with trying to keep a positive attitude about this winter, but remembering that it's a long winter and a lot can change. Feels to me like the last handful of years, January and February can be a totally different world
Yeah.
than December was. So don't
Yeah.
give up yet. Keep doing your snow dances, and
Well, on the calendar, winter started like 8 days ago.
yeah,
So
totally.
we're really pretty fresh. I mean, we're used to snow in November around these parts, and so when we don't get it, we're bummed out. But technically, like you said, January, February, we should be getting some storms now. So if we don't get them now, that's when the concern really ramps up. Yeah.
Totally.
Hey, Happy New Year, man. Enjoy.
Happy New Year. Hopefully we'll get some snow in the next year.
Yeah, love it. All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Have a good night.
See ya.